What is a hero's journey? A hero's journey is a concept that was introduced by Joseph Campbell, an American mythologist. The hero's journey consists of 13 stages. Status quo, normal life of our main character, call for adventure, the main character accepts a challenge from the outside world, assistant, getting help, usually from an old, wise character. Departure, the hero leaves the normal life and faces a challenge. Trials, test before encountering the final biggest challenge. Approach, the hero confronts the ultimate enemy. Crisis, darkest time for the hero, he or she is on the verge of death. Treasure, the reward after facing the greatest challenge. Result, the result of the hero's journey varies between story, but usually the truth is disclosed or the enemy bows down or takes vengeance on the hero. Returns, the hero returns to his or her ordinary life. Resolution, the hero learns a lesson. Best of both worlds, the normal life of our hero is upgraded to a new level. Status quo, feasting in Camelot, Sir Gawain is a normal knight. Call to adventure, the Green Knight arrives and Gawain accepts the Green Knight's challenge. Assistance, Sir Gawain gets his horse, armor and blessings from the people and King Arthur. Departure, Sir Gawain leaves Camelot to find the Green Knights. Trials, winter, missing home, fighting dragon, sexual temptations, and refusing to give in the girdle. Approach, Gawain rides from Bertilac's castle to the Green Chapel.
Crisis, the Green Knight is about to chop Gawain's head off.
Treasure, Gawain receives the girdle and the lesson for his own. Result, the truth is revealed that everything was set up and the Lord was the Green Knight the whole time. Return, Gawain goes back to Camelot. New life, Gawain is now genuinely humble and becomes a better knight. Resolution, all knights decide to wear the green girdle. And best of both worlds, partying in Camelot again, Gawain is now a better knight.
Anik, the leader of an Alaskan tribe in the farmers' land of North America, has fallen ill, and although people have tried to treat his illness with many different local medicine, none seem to be effective. YUKA, the only son of Anik and the prospective leader of the tribe, is determined to cure his father's sickness, yet simply does not know how.
In a stormy evening, a group of strangers, shivering the cold and hunger, arrives at the tribe asking for assistance. The tribe people, by their good nature, welcome the strangers who are later given food and shelter and greeted by YUKA in their igloo. The leader of the group, who is also an old and respected doctor, introduces himself as a Harvard alumnus and also a local Native American who can communicate in the tribe's language. He reveals that they are on an expedition from Harvard Medical School to Alaska. They were doing their research when their GPS died, and then they got lost since no one is capable of navigating, and then ended up at YUKA's tribe. YUKA is absolutely delighted to hear that they are from a medical school. He expresses his concern about Anik with the group. After examining Anik, the old man says he only has 1 week to live. Luckily, he asserts that Harvard can develop a cure to Anik's sickness and suggests that he come with the expedition group to Harvard to receive treatment. Yet, YUKA's father refuses to go to Cambridge, saying that he will never leave his motherland and would rather die there. Therefore, YUKA decides to follow the expedition group to Harvard and promises to bring the cure back to his tribe within a week. People from the tribe prepare YUKA and the Harvard troops some food, water and warm clothes for the harsh journey through the snow, in the hope that YUKA returns with medicine for his father. These local people even give YUKA and the Harvard people well blessings before they set off. The Harvard doctor keeps saying to YUKA, "Failure does not define you. It is what you've learned that tells who you are." The next day, the group in the sun leave the tribe for Anchorage with only flashlights, food, fur coats, and a dead GPS. Hardship pushes oneself to the best of their ability. Indeed, YUKA is the only one able to guide the troops through the extreme cold weather by utilizing an Inuit navigating method without any GPS. When the group encounters with hungry wild wolves, YUKA, with his fighting experience, manages to save the group from the death.
Time keeps flying. The troop has only 3 days left to arrive at the airport in time for the flight to Boston. As they are rushing towards the airport, they spot an SOS signal from the forest. Much as the troop is running out of time, they still want to go help these people. It turns out the one man in the other group is severely injured by a bear. Since the YUKA is an experienced native traveler, he knows where to find an alternative first aid kit in such a rigorous environment. He and the Harvard group help the man stop bleeding. This injured man gives them his spare GPS as a way to return their favor. Although they have this powerful navigation tool, they unfortunately spend one more day than they expected. Having little time left, the group has to be hurry on the next day. However, they encounter a snow avalanche. As Yuka is the only person who can guide the troop out of the snow avalanche, he is now the leader of the group. Suddenly, a man trips and falls behind. However guilty and sad the group is, everyone insists on keeping going. Yuka disagrees and tries to come back for him, but the group turns to another direction. He has to follow them, or else everyone will die. After the avalanche settles down, the son's remorse makes him go back to save that man, but he is already buried in the snow. Yuka then walks in silence for the rest of the way. The next day, they arrive at the airport. The plane takes off. A few hours later, they land at Boston Logan Airport. Time is running out. The son only has 1 day left to get the medicine and go back to the tribe. Arriving at Harvard University, the group thanks to the son for helping them through difficulties, wishes him luck, and blesses his father. Then they drop the son off at Harvard Medical School and instruct him on a lecture hall that he has to find the building. Yuka follows the instructions and arrives at an empty and dark lecture hall. He then finds there an old man sitting calmly at the professor's chair. The old man does not look surprised at all. They talk about the appointment and the medicine. Unfortunately, the professor reveals that there has been no cure to such a disease. Yuka is devastated, thinking that every effort he has made to save his father is useless. Dripping in sorrow, Yuka decides to go back home to be with his father until the last minutes of his life. Suddenly, the professor shouts in a Native American language, "Failure does not define you. It's what you've learned that tells who you are." Hearing these familiar words, Yuka stops and listens to the professor when he reveals himself as, indeed, the old Harvard doctor accompanied with Yuka and, surprisingly, Anik's best friend. The old man explained to him that the leader Anik has been sick for a long time and acknowledged that his illness is incurable. Anik kept the secret because he did not want to create any chaos among the tribe. However, since his illness cannot be hidden any longer, he decided to make this journey a challenge with the help of the Harvard group in order for the son to get prepared for inheriting the tribal throne. Yuka successfully overcame all of the tests except for the third one. However, Yuka manages to redeem himself after abandoning the man in the snow by going back to look for the man in the end. After all, Yuka has learned the lessons of sacrifice. Now the truth is revealed. The son proves that he has the heart and mind to be the deserving successive leader of the Alaskan tribe. Yuka returns to Anchorage Airport, takes the old path to his home, and spends his time with Anik until the very last moment of his father's life. Inspired by Yuka's heroic story, the leaders of the tribe in the following generations create the same challenge annually for their children to prepare to be deserving successive leaders. But for now, after his father's death, Yuka becomes the new leader of the tribe. The story of his journey is told everywhere in the tribe, and the tribe is known for its good sons and daughters.